Good evening and welcome to NEWSBREAK Live. I'm Hibah. Thanks for joining us. A record-breaking heat wave hits the Southern California region. The National Weather Service put out an excessive heat warning through this evening. Temperatures are set to reach more than 100 degrees in some areas. Officials say the high temperatures could pose a health threat. Take extra precaution and be aware of signs and symptoms of heat exhaustion. Wear lightweight and fitting clothes, drink water, and make sure to never leave pets in a car, even for a short period of time. And if you're looking to get away from your home to stay cool, there are many places in Torrance you can go. You can always head to the Del Amo Fashion Center to cool down. Some other cooling centers are the Bartlett Center, located at 1318 Cravens Avenue. It's open Monday through Sunday. Then the Katie Geiser Civic Center Library is also open Monday through Saturday. You can stop by any of the other 5 libraries as well. If you're planning to visit one of the cooling stations, officials encourage to call before to make sure seating is available. For a full list of cooling stations in Los Angeles County, dial 211. For another year, local firefighters are heading to schools to teach youth about fire safety. Today at Seaside Elementary School, 5th graders learned firsthand the science of fire. They were educated on basic training, chemical reactions, and how to prepare for evacuation drills in their home. Also, they learned about smoke alarms and how to respond. Another important part of the day was making sure students are familiar with firefighter gear that first responders wear. More than 1,000 5th graders across the Torrance Unified School District will receive this training. Business owners had the chance to learn from some of the top Google experts on how to be web savvy. At the Torrance Cultural Arts Center, Google offered a free workshop for business owners today. It was all about how they can leverage digital tools to grow businesses online. Google experts shared how to easily add or update info on Google Search, Maps, optimize, and promote their website. This class is part of an initiative to help improve small businesses' presence online. Google experts say that only 37% of small businesses claim or update their local listings on search engines. Google has partnered with local businesses, organizations across the United States and Puerto Rico to host nearly 1,000 small business workshops. Drivers on the road this week in Torrance will face traffic impacts as public works crews continue to slurry seal. Tomorrow through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. there'll be traffic impacts. On Wednesday, they will focus on areas on Ocean Avenue from Sepulveda to Lomita Boulevards, and on Thursday from Ocean Avenue, Sepulveda to Lomita Boulevards, and 234th Street to PCH will have lane closures. Detours will be in place. Whenever you cross an intersection, make sure to always stay safe. Just yesterday night, a pedestrian died from his injuries after crossing outside of the crosswalk. When crossing the street, officials say make sure you're at the intersection. Increase your visibility at night by carrying a flashlight and wearing retro-reflective clothing. It's safest to walk on a sidewalk, but if one is not available, walk on the shoulder and face traffic. Avoid distractions such as electronic devices. The collision is being investigated by the Torrance Police Department's Traffic Division. A local business will be awarded with a special honor this week. Smock City Brewing Company has been chosen as the Small Business of the Month by Assemblyman Al Muratsuchi. They're being recognized for not only brewing nationally known beers, but also for giving back at a local and global scale, including holding a fundraiser for Torrance baseball star Jesse Esporce Jr., who tragically passed away in a car accident. Smock City also recently became members of 1% for the Planet, giving 1% of their proceeds to supporting environmental causes. There'll be a special ceremony this Thursday. One of the most popular restaurants in Tokyo now has a location right here in Torrance. 1, 2, 3. If you're looking for a place to enjoy some delicious shabu shabu in the South Bay, you have another restaurant you can now check out. Momo Paradise recently opened its doors here, making it the second location in California. The restaurant opened in 1993 and now has 72 locations across Asia. The eatery focuses on traditional hot pot with a modern twist. Many people who've already tried the place out say Momo offers many different broth options, and the meat selections consist of lean and fatty beefs along with pork. You can cook this as shabu shabu or sukiyaki style at your table. The manager of the restaurant says they're looking forward to business.
People living around Los Angeles also came to Torrance to experience traditional, authentic Japanese food and culture. So for us, it was a natural fit to try to bring our concept here.
Momo is now open at 21641 Southwestern Avenue near Carson Street. And speaking of delicious food, the famous Pink's Hot Dogs is bringing a rare change to their storefront. If you stop by the restaurant on La Brea near Melrose Avenue, you'll be quick to notice that they now that they're getting on the craze of the Dodgers World Series. They have painted their stand blue, changing signs, and even added a menu item including the Blues Bacon Chili Cheese Dog. The owners say it's the first time they've changed their look in the past 78 years. While there is a Pink's at the Del Amo Fashion Center, you'll have to head out to their La Brea location for their special hot dog. Raw Sushi is celebrating another year in business. With one location at the Del Amo Fashion Center, the company announced that throughout October, they will have special prices for food and drinks. Some of these items include sushi rolls like What Happens in Vegas that has crab and cream cheese with lightly battered tempura. They also are creating Midnight Munchies, which is a spicy tuna tartare mixed with cucumber, avocado, and fresh salsa. And as we really feel the heat, good news is that temps will drop by the end of the week, but until then, make sure to stay cool. Today, there was a high of 98 degrees with an expected low of 71 tonight. Tomorrow, there's a high of 95 degrees with an expected low of 66. On Thursday, the high will drop to 83 degrees. A prominent vegetable supplier announced a large recall due to listeria concerns. Man Packing has voluntarily recalled products that might have been contaminated with the bacteria. It includes packaged produce at various supermarkets like Walmart, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Albertsons, and Safeway. While there have been no illnesses reported, the recall is out of precaution. The affected items have a best use date from October 11th through the 20th. City officials are encouraging people to make a difference in our community. At tonight's meeting, City Council will proclaim October 28th as Make a Difference Day in hopes of getting people to go out and volunteer. This Saturday, you can come to the Madrona Marsh Preserve from 8:30 to noon to participate in what's considered one of the nation's largest day of community service. And before the next half of NewsBreak Live, here are some upcoming events this week you won't want to miss. This Saturday from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Torrance Police Department will host its Safe Drug Disposal event at the Torrance Police Department. If you have any unused or expired medication, you can just drop it off. Also on Saturday, head to downtown Torrance for some Halloween fun. The Downtown Torrance Association is hosting a Halloween scare down. From 6 to 10 p.m., you can stop by and enjoy pumpkin painting, music, and many other Halloween activities. Well, in just 2 minutes, Gregory Jones from Mr. Jones Pumpkin Patch right here in Torrance is going to share how you can find the best pumpkin for the fall season. We'll be back in a few.
Observe a domesticated human family in their natural habitat, known to their species as the backyard.
Hey, you think I should light it now?
I think it's good.
Yeah?
Oh dear, someone is about to burn a pile of debris that's too tall, which can start a wildfire. Wait, could it be? Blimey, it is.
It's Smokey.
It's Smokey Bear. What a legend.
Hey, it's Smokey. Sorry, it was too high. Right.
Watch as he astutely ensures that there's no wind, and how he removes some of the debris to create a smaller, safer burning pile.
No, you
told me to
said,
make it big.
no, you said make it bigger, baby. The bigger, the better.
Take note of our fearless furry friend here, humans.
I appreciate it. Fist bump.
Watching you.
Smokey's done it again.
Bye, Smokey.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Welcome back to the second half of NEWSBREAK Live, and joining me is Mr. Jones, Gregory Jones. How are you today?
I'm doing fine, thank you for having me.
And it's a very exciting time for you and your family as Mr. Jones Pumpkin Patch is open to the public, and it's bringing a lot of happiness in the community. So let's first start off with how Mr. Jones Pumpkin Patch started.
Well, when I married into the family, my wife's father was in the business since around 1981, so we kind of followed in his footsteps. I started one after a year or two of being in the family, and it kind of went from there. Now my kids are doing it as a seasonal thing. Sometimes it gets a little tough, but they're still hanging in there, and they were able to get this lot, and they still have the lot. That's one of the main reasons they have it.
And the lot is located on PCH, correct?
Yes, just west of Hawthorne Boulevard. It's not right on the corner, it's just west, and it has lots of lights, so you can't miss it.
What can people find when they stop by besides pumpkins? I know you mentioned that you started out the season early October with 1,000 pumpkins. How's business? What can people find there?
Yeah, well, certainly less pumpkins now than when we started. We have a different variety of pumpkins, several varieties. I could go through the varieties if you'd like. We have animals, we have gourds, squash. You know, you can feed the animals. We have food there, plenty of shade, plenty of parking. What else would you like to know?
Well, tell me about what kind of pumpkins are available. I know there's...
We have the Jackby little pumpkins. They're the smaller ones, the size of a baseball up to the size of a softball. We have Howden pumpkins. They're the deep orange, green, like the Connecticut Field. They're solid. They take around 90 days to grow, and they go between 10 and maybe 15 and 25 pounds. Those are our more popular pumpkins. We have the Big Macs that go from 80 pounds up to a couple hundred pounds. We have Cinderella pumpkins. They're the flat pumpkins. We have, let's see.
Well, tell me about, you know, you have so many kinds of pumpkins, but what are unique about the pumpkins sold at your patch, and where do they come from?
Well, I would say the uniqueness of it is that the land that we do it on, there's less property, vacant land around to do the pumpkin patches. So that in itself, I find that pumpkins are unique. They take 85 to 100 days to grow, and they're just a huge vegetable, and it's just a unique thing to have.
And where do yours come from? Are they grown locally?
Ours come from the San Joaquin Valley, up near Manteca, sometimes Oregon, and even down near San Diego, in the valleys down near San Diego, mainly.
Mm-hmm. And you've been working at the pumpkin patch for more than 30 years, so you're very familiar with what people should be looking out for, whether they're buying it just for the fall season to make pies or for Halloween carving festivities. So what should people look out for?
Well, I always think it's a good thing when people have questions about cooking a pumpkin. I think that's nice that all of them don't go out and carve the pumpkins. The unique thing to just be on the lot in October, it's great weather. Just the whole setting the lot up and the lights and the different animals that we have, it's a lot of work to put it up.
What are some tips? For example, if I came and visited your pumpkin patch, are you there to help kind of the customers with what they're looking for? What are people looking for right now?
They want to know if they're in any specific category. We just tell them they're out there randomly. We'll be happy to help you pick something or let you know if it's a good pumpkin. Most of them are. You want a solid pumpkin. You want something that it doesn't have any holes or scars on it, and just generally just a healthy pumpkin. Some people don't want them standing up straight. They like different kinds. They like them leaning on the side, and I prefer to have the stem on it. You know, when I bring mine home, it has a stem so that it doesn't rot prematurely.
Okay.
And you want to look for you know, just a good solid pumpkin that'll last. That will last you a while if it's solid, and you just put it in the shade. Don't roll it around. just try to be gentle with it, and it'll last you several weeks. And if you carve into it, they may last you 3 days. So we get people that carve into them, and then they come back and buy more.
Wow. And what are some popular kinds at the moment, and how much are they if you're comparing buying a pumpkin at a patch rather than a grocery store?
I would say the Howden and the Connecticut Fields are the popular ones for people that want to spend a little bit more. The Big Macs are pretty popular. The size, the 15 to 25 pound sizes are the easiest for me to carve. What else did you say?
I was going to say, when it comes to comparing buying pumpkins at a pumpkin patch to a grocery store.
You know, I haven't been in the stores. Generally, a pumpkin patch is going to be a little bit more. You know, we have more variety. We have pumpkins that the stores don't have.
Okay.
And if you're looking for the better deal, you probably need to sift around in their bins at the store. They probably are a little cheaper, but you can come in and enjoy, you know, the pumpkin patch where we are with the animals, and just a lot of variety of different kind of pumpkins.
So there's a lot of fun things to do besides just getting a pumpkin and at your patch. But for people who are maybe buying them for culinary reasons, are there a specific pumpkin kind that will be good for a pie, for example?
There are. We call those the sugar pumpkins, and they're generally the smaller sizes, like a volleyball.
Okay.
And they're heavier. They're for the size. They're heavier than the other larger pumpkins per size, because the bigger ones sometimes seem to be, you know, they don't seem to be real heavy sometimes. So the smaller, more dense pumpkins are better for cooking, and they're the sugar pumpkins. And the seeds are also good in those. The white pumpkins have the best seeds for cooking.
What about the prices for the pumpkins? Tell me the range that people can find when they go out there.
Okay, well, we price them by size. We start out at like just the dollar size is just a small pumpkin like that. You know, maybe the size of a softball, and then as it gets bigger, maybe the size of a basketball. You know, the price goes up just according to size. So maybe $10 for one the size of a basketball, and then they even get bigger. You know, they can go $30 or something for the size of about maybe this big. You know, I don't know, about a 45-pound pumpkin. Wow. I'm trying to think of something to compare it with.
But it's big.
It's big.
And this past weekend, actually, our crew was out at your pumpkin patch because the helpful Honda guys chose your location to give out free pumpkins for the season. How was that?
Well, you know, I wasn't there at the time I heard about it. I heard that it was very busy, and people were just looking for pumpkins, and they had a great time picking them out, and they were very thankful to the Honda company. And there was lots of people. I believe there was some food and drinks there as well. So it was a fun time for the people that were there. And I understand it happened at night, so we had the lights on and things like that.
For people who are watching this right now, they want to come out to your pumpkin patch. How long will it be open for? And are there any good deals people can look out for maybe?
We're open 7 days a week up until Halloween Day. We'll be closing at 5:30. If there's any pumpkins left, you can inquire maybe towards the end of the month, and we can steer you in the right direction for a few extra pumpkins if you want them for decorations during Thanksgiving. So just come and see one of the us or me or whoever's there running it, and we'll give you the lowdown on the deals.
And the pumpkin patch will transition then from selling pumpkins to selling Christmas trees.
That's right.
Trees, excuse me. I can't believe the holiday season's already here. So what can you tell people about that upcoming event?
Well, the trees are grown in Oregon. The family owns part of a tree farm, so they do grow their own trees there, and we have trees from say 3 feet up to 25 feet. And you know, if you're a business that likes a bigger tree, you can come in and see us about pre-ordering a big tree. They're fresh cut. We have nobles, we have Douglas fir, grand fir, Scotch pine, those different kinds of trees.
Great. And so if people are coming out, how's the parking situation? I know you mentioned a little bit. Is there a parking lot, and what should people look out for?
Well, it is a big parking lot.
Okay, great.
You can pull in off the street. It's a nice driveway. As long as it's not too busy, there's ample parking. Sometimes it does get busy on the weekends, and we try to have a parking attendant out there making sure that, that people are getting in and out easily.
And is there a fee to stop by the pumpkin patch?
No, there's no fee. Just you know, when you buy a pumpkin or whatever, you know, that'll be the money that you're spending.
Okay, great. Well, Gregory, thank you so much for coming on and talking about the family business. I really appreciate it.
Okay, you're very welcome. Thank you.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you.
Mr. Jones' Pumpkin Patch is located at 3825 Pacific Coast Highway, so definitely check it out. Well, that does it for NewsBreak Live. If you ever have news or a video that you'd like to share, please email us at newsbreak@torranceca.gov. And don't forget to tune into the Torrance City Council meeting tonight. For Facebook and Twitter users, use #NewsBreakLive. Have a great night.